Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 109 of Music Real Talk with Marbin. We have Mr. Nick Larson, who's doing all of our video editing, joining us. Hey, Nick, how you doing?
Greetings, I am well.
That's good.
And the reason why he's joining us is because we were talking, and when he said he met a chick on Tinder that he had a good conversation with, and then shot in his bed. So Nick, you take it from here.
Oh man, I've been duped. It's not that exciting. It just
was it like an uncontrollable kind of? Did she accidentally shit in your bed?
Yeah. So it was just. I just start from the beginning. Down in Tennessee, where the pickings are slim and the pastures are not as fertile as they used to be. I was on the dating apps, and I thought I met a nice lady, very humorous conversation, and we decided to go meet down by the Kroger to make sure that we're all right, you know?
Uh-huh.
Neither one of us are going to end up in pieces. And
that sounds like a bad idea for the girl, to meet in like a Kroger parking lot, to make sure that you're not a
it was weird.
Yeah, let's meet in your van.
It was her idea too, and the weird thing was that after we like walked around and I got like some bananas and some chips, I didn't really need anything, we were just meeting there. It was her suggestion. She's like, oh, I'll leave my car here.
Oh. All right.
And we go back to the old abode.
Uh-huh.
And she's just very quiet and then very aggressive and some
what
things.
What do you mean aggressive? Examples.
Oh, just like her putting her massive body weight on top of mine and me being unable to get out. But anyways, the point is that in the morning I was actually supposed to be leaving for Chicago. This is like a year and a half ago. I was going to go meet my childhood best friend that lives up here.
Uh-huh.
Like I told her that and she refused to leave. I didn't feel good about the situation at all.
Okay.
Things went far awry. After quite a bit of convincing, I get her to leave. And in the morning when I actually have to go drive, and it's not, maybe this is a red herring, but it's just skid marks on the bed.
Oh.
It was bad. It was not good. Nothing good about it. That wasn't love. I know that now.
That is so perfect. It's nasty. I love that story. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
All right, so you said one of them was trying to claw your eye out. I'm sorry that I'm giving the punchline before it's happening.
There's another lady before I met my now beautiful and lovely girlfriend. I'm very happy with.
We'll see what the punchline is going to be for this one.
It was same thing, like, just goes to show, chatting isn't everything. You can't judge people by a profile.
Was this happening in Kroger too?
No, this was actually like while I was in Chicago, near when I first lived here. And so, we were just chatting. Everything was fine. I go like, oh, let's maybe go to get some coffee sometime. Because since the previous experience, I was like, you want to go meet someone a little less intimate than a Kroger first. And so we plan to go meet at this coffee shop. I don't hear from her for a while. I'm kind of relieved because I don't like meeting people. And eventually she resets the date. It's gonna be at night, and I'm like, oh, let's go to get some food or something. And eventually a couple hours pass, and I'm like, okay, I'm in the clear. I don't have to go meet this person. And she's texting me her address, which was a little bit forward.
Uh-huh.
And I go over there, and she is extremely welcoming, too much so. She's manic. I get up to her apartment, and it's tiny. It's just a bed and a TV, and it's pretty much in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But she offers me some food, and I go, I'm not hungry. She goes, I have grapes. I go, I'm not hungry. She goes, she starts listing condiments. I have ketchup. I have mustard. I have relish. I keep saying no, and she lists off everything in the fridge, at which point I say, are you on meth? I asked her. It was that apparent. And she's like, no, I'm just manic. It's just maybe worse. And so I...
Well, God made both, so...
One induces the other, I don't know. But Yeah, it was just she talked my ear off and like kept asking me questions, like as if I wasn't answering them. She'd be like, "But tell me really about your parents," and I'd tell her, and then she'd like ask him, "But like, how do you really feel?" And like really weird because it was like she was hostile, as if I wasn't answering her questions, but she would just like keep talking and not listening, and then like I keep like making like really dry jokes. She's not getting them; they're going over her head. A few hours pass after we watch something. I'm like, I need to get out of here, but I'm like, I don't know, too agreeable, so I can't just leave. I have to like be very polite and, you know, have air traffic controller signals to get out. And she, she starts like being all jokey in my kind of cadence, which is like kind of weird. She like kind of flipped a switch, starts like making all these dry jokes and like, ha, funny. And then she goes and reaches over towards my eyes and holds them open. Clockwork Orange style. And I go, like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I control when you see. And then she's another heavier lady. She puts some weight on my chest. I control when you breathe. And she's like laughing. I'm like, you know, avant-garde comedy. I don't keep up with things.
You need to have Danny teach you some jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I don't ever want to defend myself against like a lady in case I'm successful. That's not that's not good.
Yeah.
No, just check him out and then you go.
Yeah, check him out. Just put him to sleep.
But yeah, she keeps like doing the eye thing, and eventually she's like kind of like massaging them, and I like start pushing her hands away. She starts like clawing a little bit, and she's like thinking this is very funny. And that's around the time I broached my shyness and I left.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is on her profile?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Man. So how's your Tinder going, Danny?
It doesn't. I told you I went and I will left.
Not for you anymore.
No.
Do people know you're officially divorced? Like all the female listeners to the podcast?
All the 0 of them?
We have been checking the analytics.
We are actually. I'm fairly certain we are at 100% male and my mom.
No, we are 100%.
That's not good for you.
No, I had some stuff actually, but I don't know if I want to talk about it on the podcast.
No?
No.
Okay.
I did have one thing that I can tell on the podcast. I matched with one girl and on Tinder. Well, I went with some, but it's like the one I started talking to her, and I was like, oh, I know you.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, you're friends with John.
Really?
And she was like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you fire her just based on that?
I should have.
Oh.
No, she fired me.
Really?
Yeah, but it was really funny because we were talking and I was saying, I'm saying the story so I can tell you guys what I said. So my daughter has a book. I read it for the first time. Like I had it for a while, but it's kind of longer. So it's about the story of Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
So it's not Winnie the Pooh. So it's
It's like the prequel?
no,
Like what happened to his grandma?
no.
In
So
the Holocaust?
it's what the bear that is based of.
Okay.
And there was a
There's an
vet-
actual bear
yes
in real life
yes
that Winnie the Pooh
yes.
is based on?
So there's a vet in Winnipeg.
Okay.
And he went to fight in World War I, and on the way to where they shipped them from, he bought in the middle of nowhere, Canada, he saw this bear cub, and he bought the bear cub in the train station. They stopped went back to the train, and he brought it with him to Europe. And then he had to
Winnie
go...
the Pooh is a war veteran?
Wait, listen. And then the guy had to go to war, so he gave the bear to the London Zoo.
Okay.
And then A.A. Milne, which is the writer, used to come to the London Zoo with his son, Christopher Robin. And they let... Oh, and then it's Winnie because Winnipeg. He named it Winnie. Yeah. And then he let his son play with the bear. Like his son would go inside the bear enclosure and played, Christopher Robin, and play with the bear Winnie.
Wow.
And then A.A. Milne wrote the book, Winnie the Pooh. And I was saying, I was like, don't you miss the days when you can go to the zoo and have your son play with a bear and be like, yeah, it's cool. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Let him in. And I said, next time I'm going to the zoo, I'm going to ask them to let my daughter ride a giraffe. Start small. And then she unmatched me.
Oh, because of a daughter?
No, she knew she had a daughter. It's why I say in profile
Maybe she's
now.
against like giraffe
Yeah,
riding.
he doesn't like.
Yeah, I was like, it was so funny because we were
Dude,
talking
I
about
gotta
some stuff
say-
and then I was saying this thing.
I gotta say that a woman that unmatches you for that joke is so fucking smart because you don't know what else is coming.
Yeah, no, I want to say, if this is too much for you,
Yeah,
when you did. No, listen, I always, the way I look at that stuff is, if you run away, then it's better when you run away now because Jesus Christ, I'm holding back so much.
Yeah, dude, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
well,
model
the-
citizen version.
Well, the beautiful having a marriage that is intact. They just learn to filter out the things you say out loud. So that's how that works. But yeah, that's fucking crazy. So right before I came here, Danny was doing some content with Nick recording. I'm just bringing it back a little bit to music because this is actually not like a Tinder podcast per se.
1 minute, it's whatever
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, but they were doing a little bit of music. Apparently, I have I have neighbor problems in this apartment. The guy above me hates my guts.
Generational hatred.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's not justified. There was this one pivotal moment because his mother, who is deceased, like me and her would fight about music being played here for years. And then one day he approached me and he was here and he's like, my mother is like dying. Like, please don't play today. But this guy like hired me to like record this Alan Holdsworth outside kind of solo over a track.
Oh, is it the same day?
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I understand. I'm not going to do it. But I had to do it. That was the day to do it, you know?
Sent her to hell with
And
a bunch of avant-garde, never-ending songs.
So I think, and the truth is that I think that he thinks that I didn't care about his mother.
Which you didn't.
The truth is I just believed that she's gonna beat this thing,
Yeah, she was How old was she? 400?
Yeah, I thought she had more fight in her, and he ended up being right.
No,
but
she didn't have a day.
Day after.
Day after?
Yeah, it was not good. It's not a good scene. In hindsight, I should have used the IR.
Did you have it even?
I think so.
Oh.
But the tone. You know what I mean? It's like, I think...
Well, the amount of people who's gonna hear that solo.
It's
like, it's in the
Listen,
ones.
man, the guy, this is $150 project. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. And even because we're gonna go into mediation with the building, and I will have to like present a case.
Oh, you are going to mediation?
Yes,
Oh,
later
you didn't
this
tell me
month.
what's going on.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you now. So, what I'm going to, I think, where I'm coming from is that I cared for his mother a lot more than he cared for Fusion.
It's true.
And at the end of the day,
Fusion won.
Fusion won. Fusion always wins.
Wait. So what's going on with mediation in the building?
So yeah, the building made I'm gonna have to like defend myself in pretend court, which is gonna be awesome. So the building made a new rule. The guy's like lobbying against all the like with all the other neighbors, and they put a rule that they can fine people for noise, and people are not allowed to use amplification or the amplifiers for musical instruments.
How can they have the right to fine somebody?
Well, they don't. They just need the rule, and then they have the right because they make up their own rules. That's what the board is for.
That's not how it works. What, do you think you're a sovereign country in this building?
Pretty much, because it's a co-op and it's kind of like you don't own a share. You
Also,
don't
if
own
you're a
the,
stupid hippie, you make your own rules, but doesn't sound.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right to me.
it doesn't.
Like
I
there's
mean,
no private property. What happens if you don't pay? We're gonna have the co-op of the hippie police come and get you. What does it mean? Rules only exist if you enforce them.
right. That is a good point. I should bring that up in mediation. But
You know what you should bring?
It's gonna go well.
You know what you should bring? You should bring should buy a couple sexy police officer customs and just give him and be like,
show up with plastic handcuffs.
and be like, you can spank me if I don't pay.
Yeah. Anyways, but that's in fact that's the rule that they're attempting to legislate. And so I bought this IR machine. And I'm
Can
now
they forgive student loans?
Yeah. That'd be awesome. And now I'm running my amp through the computer.
Yeah.
And I'm going to argue that, are you going to attack computer speakers? Can nobody in this building use computer speakers? What is sound? Where does it come from? Nobody knows. So that's my strategy.
Okay.
What do you think?
Start looking for new places. I feel like you've been like very quiet lately.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't.
This was on, and this was on, and that was on all the time.
Yeah,
Like sometimes together.
but it's not now.
No.
It's like what? Is your like spot in the building at risk, or is it just
No.
whether they're gonna pass this fine rule?
The fine rule.
Oh, okay.
No, at the spot. I own the
Well,
place.
they don't wanna. They already decided. It's not like you're gonna tell them someone and be like, "Oh, logic."
Yeah.
We already decided how we're gonna vote.
Yeah. No, but this
They
mediation.
want you out, probably.
Yeah, but they can't really get me out. They've been trying for years.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Old cockroach or bean.
That's
I'm
right.
saying the mediation. I don't think it's something that. I don't think it's something that we're really gonna listen to. So you need to think about what you're gonna say. I think it's just we're gonna tell you.
Yeah.
You're gonna say whatever you're gonna say. We're not gonna listen, and we're gonna decide what we're gonna decide. I just don't see how we can find you.
Yeah, I don't think they can enforce it either. I'm not very concerned about this at all. But yeah, it is something that is happening. And yeah, some people are sensitive to noise. It happens, you know. I think there was this one day where he was telling me how he has like this very important call, like with London or something, but I was on the
The
brink.
city?
Yeah, with London, it's in England, but I
The
was
city called
I was
him?
really on the
What did they say? That the bridge is falling down?
but I was really that day just on the brink of really unlocking some essential things about Stevie Ray Vaughan's right hand technique. You know,
Precipice.
so he was working, I was working type situation. You know,
Yeah, but what's more important?
Stevie Ray Vaughan, of course.
That's what I would think too.
Yeah, I mean it's a fucking boring Skype call to London. Who gives a shit?
Again, it's a city.
Stevie Ray Vaughan's a legend.
It's a city. What can it even say?
Yeah, nothing important. But yeah, it's in general. I think even he would agree that Stevie Ray Vaughan's a much more significant figure to
Did he
study.
actually tell you I have a call to London with London?
Yeah, like the distance is still a
It
thing.
was like, oh no, are you gonna use the internet? How is it possible? Is it magic? Are you talking into a magic tube? Jesus Christ, some people are such idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah. What do
yeah.
you think? What do you think about the capo community? They're going pretty strong
I
this week.
didn't even think, so when I made this meme, I didn't even think it's gonna catch, so I immediately told Danny, never mind.
Oh,
and made
by the way,
another one.
for the podcast listeners, Danny makes the memes. I just get attacked for them.
Oh, I didn't even. Good lord.
Yeah, I don't make the memes. I
You're
don't.
just a figurehead. You're a puppet.
I'm a puppet. And the
Yeah.
well, I've made a few memes.
Yeah,
but
they
like,
don't work usually.
yeah, I made like about 5%, 3% of the memes. Danny
Yeah.
makes the memes.
Oh.
And then they all just run screaming at me that I'm an Eric. Like, I wake up some
Because
days.
it's about guitar, because there's not enough saxophone players in
Of
the
course.
world.
Yeah, but I wake up someday to like 20 minutes like, Billy Strings would fucking feed you his dick. And I'm just like, what? What happened? And I just
Billy
immediately
String-
go on the defensive. I don't even know what I'm defending.
Billy String and Billie Eilish. You said that we became the same person.
Yeah, they're merging. I mean, no, Billy Strings just looks like Billie Eilish. I don't think she's influenced by him.
I only got 220 likes for my meme. I told you people are not gonna get this meme.
The meme?
This one.
What's that? Okay, there's a woman, says audience, and then there's a guy mopping a fern, and the guy is labeled bassist, and the fern is labeled soloing.
Because they don't know how to approach it.
Because they're not doing what. Because they don't know what they're doing, and the lady doesn't give it, and nobody gives a shit. That's a joke, and it's from a porno. But
I do feel
cares.
that the capo community and the bassist community have a lot in common with their logic of like, you know, using Billy Strings, Tommy Emmanuel, Jaco Pastorius, and Victor Wooten as examples
Yeah,
for their
literally every time I
pathetic
say anything
breed
about bass.
of fucking ignoramuses.
What about Jaco?
Yeah.
What about
It's
it?
like, what about him? Can you play some Jaco? Show me some Jaco.
That's
What
all I
about
have.
Jaco?
I have Jaco.
It's like, dude, go. What about going to a show in your city? What about going to every show in your city tonight and seeing how the bassists sound? It's like, you know, ask any bassist to play a solo. It's like, how many Jackos are you gonna hear? Like, we've played what 2,000 shows. I've seen
No,
Yeah,
at this point.
more. I've seen, I don't know, 5,000 bands. You know how many great bass solos I've heard? Dane Alderson. Who else?
And even it's like,
Yeah, he was good. He was really good.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, maybe two other guys.
Yeah, Wes is good.
Yeah,
But not solo.
Wes can't solo.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ernst Tibbs.
Ernst Tibbs could
We
solo.
heard him, and when he played one of the most
Again, he's a
embarrassing solos that I've
Great
ever heard.
bassist. Great.
Yeah, he played amazing the entire show,
Amazing.
and then he had one solo, and I was like, this is one of the worst solos. I've
Yeah,
ever
Jimmy Haslip can play some solos.
Yeah.
I don't know. We saw a few guys, but you know, for the most part, it's pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
Now, how many guitar players that played with a capo did you see shred? Zero in my life. Never, not in person. Hasn't happened yet.
It's impossible.
Huh?
Oh no, said Tommy Emmanuel.
Tommy, again, like I
The guy today played with a capo.
yeah.
He'll never. Maybe he came to scope it up and kill you.
Did he bring his own capo?
Yeah, he
Oh,
bought his
he
own
had
guitar.
his guitar, yeah.
I missed a capo player in my own house
Yeah.
today.
You were so nice to him. I mean, I was too, but it was interesting there. Do we want to get into that?
Well, yeah. What? So, okay.
Well, I'm a very nice person. I wish
Okay,
I just
what
didn't-
exactly
I wish I didn't
happened?
tell you all that stuff because I always
No,
tell
no.
everything
What
that
happened? What happened?
You know,
Yeah,
Nick and
so
stuff.
we just got done recording, you know, a few of our first lessons, and we were taking a break. We hear a knock at the door, and we go, "Oh no, it's the ghost of the lady that died coming to complain. Danny's gonna get a fine." So I open it, going, you know, want to be responsive, want to seem sympathetic, and it's this guy going, "Are you playing saxophone in here?" And I go, "No, we got a saxophonist over here." And the guy comes in, which I could have stopped him, but I didn't. Too polite.
Yeah.
And he comes in, and he I think he started touching your saxophone right off the bat, right?
No, he was saying about how much he loves it, and that he used to play saxophone, and he had the soprano.
Oh,
back in
yeah.
the day, and when he asked to see mine, so I let him see it.
You let him touch your horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple
Nice.
times. He picked it up.
Okay. And
Fondled
then
it.
what?
He says, "Wow, look at all these guitars." And I go, "Yep." And he's like, "What's that one?" I go, "I don't know. Is that an Alvarez?" And I guess it was. And then he's like, "I'll call out some chords. You play." And I'm like, "Okay." And we do that. And I think like you were in the bathroom
Yeah, I
or
was
something. Yeah, he was peeing. And yeah, it was bad. I was like really begrudgingly, like, you know, just playing chord tones with no heart. I was very sad. And then he came back and is that when he wanted to play the Fugees? He
No,
remember-
before that he was telling me.
Is that the Fugees?
No, it's not. They did do a version. They added to that song.
Yeah, I heard
one
Johnny Cash
time,
do
one
that.
time.
Johnny Cash did that song.
No, did he?
Killing Me Softly? Yeah. Not Frank Sinatra, sorry. Sinatra has a famous version of it.
But wait, sorry, what happened chronologically next? We should probably hit that when it comes up.
1 second.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy kind of looked like kind of, not just because he was bald and white, but he really looked like Bill Burr, and he had the Big Lebowski cardigan, sort of like a Nirvana, kind of like smiley face, frowny face shirt on.
You think he dressed up for this? You think he went up and changed to get into a character?
No, I don't think he was an Andy Kaufman type. I think he was on his way to go accost people in the street with his guitar.
And he was telling, he was saying how he plays keyboard in Mariano's, like it's a fucking flex.
Oh, he was flexing it?
Yeah, he was flexing.
Like the Marianos on Lawrence? That's fucking...
Yeah, I think that's he specifically, or I don't know. It doesn't
There's
matter.
only one Mariano's without piano now.
Yeah, that's the one by my house.
Yeah.
Man.
And he was saying, and I said, didn't we go out of business? And he was like, no, Kroger bought them. I was like, oh, it's another German-Italian collaboration.
Uh-huh.
And
Dream work.
Yeah,
Kroger.
and
Yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah,
That's a good joke.
And then he said, I don't like when Italians and German collaborate. And I was like, why?
Yeah, we were kind of riffing like, oh, they make a hell of a team. They're probably going to bring the Kroger back up, and he would not reciprocate. He was like,
he does not like Nazis.
Yeah.
He didn't say that.
What about fascists?
Anyway, so
let's break it down.
now he was convinced I'm German, and I was German for the entire time.
But like that you're not only a German, but like a Nazi sympathizer trying to bring the good
I
days.
guess that's what he must have drawn, because he was immediately like, what are you, German? And you're like, no.
But there was nothing.
You couldn't go back. You were German.
I was German. Yeah, you're German. So then we played Killing Me Softly. He's like, do you want to play Autumn Leaves? Something like Autumn Leaves? I was like, yeah, let's play Autumn Leaves. Like, whatever key you want. Like, cool. So in G minor, first key C minor, first chord C minor. And he's like, okay, let's play Killing Me Softly.
Oh, you didn't play it at all?
No, so I started playing it, but when he had to stop,
he put the capo on. Yeah.
And
I think he put his capo on for Autumn Leaves?
I think he put it on the 4th fret, too.
Wow, that's a ballsy
C
move.
sharp.
That's a ballsy move.
For something in C. Yeah, dude, anyway, when he...
4th fret capo for Autumn Leaves would fuck me up. Even if I don't even play voicings down there, just having it there would confuse me.
Anyway, so we were about to play it, and I was like, no, Autumn Leaves, Killing Me Softly.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, do you know it? I said, I heard it before. And he said it's by Fugees. And I said, it's not by Fugees. And I got like, it's by Fugees. And I said, no. He said, okay, Killing Me Softly by the Fugees. I said, it's not by the Fugees. And then he started playing it, and we played it together. And then he did the thing with like he's singing and playing. But if I didn't play for half a second, he's like, no, play.
Yeah, you were playing the whole time, and then he was like, what are you doing? Join in. Play along.
Yeah. Like, don't give me any space.
We have people like that at our shows that like when I'm soloing, come up to Danny, like play a saxophone. Play the saxophone.
Saxophone solo.
Saxophone.
Over the bass solo, drum solo, guitar solo.
Just
come to me. I was like, I understand. Play the saxophone.
Dude.
Yeah, we have it all the time.
Good.
And so that happened. What else happened? Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna skip some stuff. We talked about a bunch of shit, but then I was like, okay, I want to go eat dinner. And I was like, oh no, you have to stay for 2 minutes. It's like, what? It's like, oh, I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to bring something, I'm going to blow your fucking minds. It's like, okay,
drugs.
I have to see.
Drugs.
You went up, came back with like 7 to 9 t-shirts, all by Iron Maiden. All Iron Maiden t-shirts.
He splayed them out on the floor like he was at a flea market.
Yeah, the first one was from 84. The first one was from 84, that's the year he was born. And
that's the year he was born?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's our age?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I thought he was like my age or younger, because he'd like very college, like guy you'd meet in the woods smoking pot late at night.
50.
Yeah, you thought it was 50.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he kept looking at me because he shaved his head.
Uh-huh.
And then he kept talking to me about being bald. And he kept being like, I don't think he knows that some people just go bald without shaving their heads.
Oh, he's not bald?
Because he just could not understand it.
Yeah, he's like, what do you have on top there? And you're
I was like, nothing, I don't have hair. And he's like, I shave it. Do you shave it? I said, God shaved it. And he just would not get, was like, yeah, but you look good. Oh, that's how it started. Okay, I am going to tell it. So he said, but you look good. You look
Don't
good
miss
bald.
this.
You look good bald. Like you really, you really pull it off. And I told him how I became voluntary celibate, not incel, Vissel.
Yeah, you're
Voluntary
Vissel.
celibate. I decided to break. And, after like the divorce, did some stuff. And then I was like, okay, I need to fucking break from this shit. And then he said, well, it's okay to be celibate because you have the best woman right here. And then he took his hand out and he did this J. I'm doing it with Sudan, you can see, but it's a J. You see J?
Yeah, between your pinky and
I think it was actually between like the index and the thumb.
Yeah,
I remember
that
this
makes a lot
because
more sense, 'cause that
I
looks
was
like a J.
disgusted.
Oh, was
Yeah, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
The
thumbs,
most-
yeah.
J-I-I-L.
Yeah.
I think it's Jill.
Yeah.
Oh, J-I-L-L. Yeah, you're right. J-I-L-L. Sorry, my bad.
Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jill.
Yeah.
J-I-L-L. That's right. Jill.
Yeah.
Okay?
And he got like really loud. He's like, you don't need women. You have the most beautiful girl in the world. You know where she lives? And then he kept doing comedic pauses, which was weird. It was very
It's like
long.
an unfunny Bill Burr.
Yeah, and
Yeah. That
except
looks like
not
that.
angry at all. I think that's the
And he
issue.
picked his hand up and did like Jill, and I said, yeah, but Jill lives far away from me. I'm in Milwaukee. And he would not understand what I meant his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty great, though.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
that
I
happened.
understand.
And then the t-shirt happened. And he bought all the t-shirts. And again, it's just band t-shirts from the 90s.
Yeah.
Before they had,
It's pretty
they all had
mind-blowing.
the Gildan shape, before Gildenwald.
Yeah.
And then he said, and I held one up and he said, oh, that would look great on you. But you can't wear it, it's mine.
Yeah.
Dude, I have to say, ever since we started printing our own shirts, and I've found out the difference between a Gildan shirt and a Next Level shirt. Like I was in a thing, a buddy guy concert, and I went to get some whiskey, and like this bell rang, and they're like, "You want a shirt?" And it's like I was like, "Yeah, clapping it." They gave me. I'm like, just like it's like Gildan. I was like, "No, thank you." Like, keep your
Gildan?
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, just fucking. Can you just send this to like a
You're going to have
fourth world country to make toilet paper out of?
I have the
Jesus
shirt,
Christ.
the shirt doesn't fit any size, Blues.
Yeah,
Yeah, terrible
it
shoulder.
fits all sizes, but feels like fucking shit. It's like
Wait,
when you're
what's
in
the
mourning in
difference?
the. Oh, did you ever have the experience of touching sandpaper?
Oh, yeah.
It felt bad, and also the shape of it is wrong.
Yeah, it's just
It,
it's like if somebody like made a
we
shirt.
have good memes about that.
Yeah,
I'll
like
show you.
just out of cast iron.
Hmm.
It's horrible, horrific, terrible on the body. All of our shirts used to be Gildan. If you purchased a Marbin Gildan shirt back in
We're
the day, we're sorry. We're trying to save
We were
money.
poor.
We were poor. We overcharged,
We're still poor.
and your nipples hurt because of us. But if you purchase a Marbin shirt now, they're all Next Level, and they really are the next level. Very soft, very nice cotton. Still made in China probably, but at a nice factory where, most of the children don't jump out of the window to have a water break. Unlike the Gildan factory, where this happens much more often.
That's
Okay.
not a meme, but it's
Another-
close enough.
Oh, okay. Gildan exec admits they've never actually seen human torso. New York Times.
Those shirts are pieces of shit. Speaking about that, we got to print more shirts for
Alright,
the
we
cruise.
will. Okay, should I tell the last story about this guy?
Yeah, sure. Why not? We're already so invested in
He
this.
said something in German, and I don't remember why. Like he doesn't speak German. But I said that I speak Spanish, and when he was saying that he lived in Peru for a year, and he knows one thing in Spanish, and I'll say it in English for everybody who don't speak Spanish, and I'm doing a dance. I don't know if I would call it a dance. It's like, my body is earth. No, earth is my body. Water is my blood. Air is my breath. Fire is my spirit.
Sick.
And he started singing it, but he kept running out of air, so he had to stop
Start again.
and start again and
How
again
did I
and
miss
again.
this?
And then he said, because he said you have to do it in one breath. Because I told him, you have a break in the middle, just breathe again. And he said, no, you have to do it in one breath.
Wow.
And he would do like, body is my, like, health is my body, water is my blood, air is my breath, fire is my... and then again. Yeah, he's,
Wow.
anyway, he's coming back tomorrow, so...
Is
While
he?
we're recording.
yeah, hopefully, he's gonna bring Metallica shirts. We're gonna blow your minds.
Jesus.
You're gonna bring pogs. Dude, you won't believe. Stay here. I'm gonna get my calculator watch.
You got fucking slammer.
Oh no, he's gonna
Snap
bring
bracelet.
yeah, slang bracelets.
I'm fucking.
You can't have it. It's mine.
Oh my god, that's just fucking ridiculous. Anyway, I gotta say, for the podcast listeners that are following the meme craziness and all the capo shit that's been going on Facebook, I want you guys to know that we are a part of a bonus program in Facebook.
Oh, we actually get money, yeah.
But where we're getting paid now per interaction. So the more shit we stir in the pot, the more money we make. And it's perfect.
And also,
I really want to screenshot
Facebook
them.
is
Like,
useless. It's completely useless.
yeah, what is Facebook for nowadays? Nick here opened the Facebook just so he can see the posts. You
Oh,
are not
yeah.
on Facebook, right?
Yeah, no, I have a burner.
Well, it's not 1,000 years old.
Yeah, there's like no. Some guy wrote me like a message like, "What if some little kids quit music because of your post?" Like, there's nobody under 30 in this platform.
How many little kids do you think are on the Marbin page just hanging out?
None, but maybe some, but I don't know. But Facebook is just like, it's only for this now. It's
Yeah,
not
you
for
know we're
music.
firing like 1,000 people, like 1,000% of our employees too.
Really?
Yeah.
Facebook?
We're having a lot of issues. We're losing all our money.
Well, thank
yeah.
God.
Yeah, I read something about also because the interest is up.
Mm-hmm.
All the startups are eating shit, and all the tech companies are eating shit.
Yeah,
the
'cause they're
entire
just
thing is built on loans.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of issues. Yeah, a lot of stuff is going on right now.
God, I have to say, for us, the descent into chaos probably started with Napster,
For
before
music?
our time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and streaming is just like a final straw. But I feel like the fucking Joker or so here. I just want to watch it all burn down. Like a part of every musician. Like when people are like complaining about like the tech eating shit, and it's just like.
Yes.
Yeah, the resentful part of me just wants to sit there with a fucking bag of
Well,
popcorn
specifically-
like Nero, watch
specifically
the
with-
whole fucking thing come down.
Specifically with tech, because I fucking hate this idea I told you of almost everybody getting paid and the companies made shit, nothing, and the company went bankrupt, but everybody, like nobody paid a price. So I fucking hate that. And then on top of it, a lot of the shit that we make just made the world fucking worse.
You know that Netflix made a show about the CEO of Spotify. Like it's a series.
Is it a real one?
It's
Is it like document?
it's with actors.
Is
but
it get
it's-
assassinated at the end like Hitler in Glorious Bastards?
I hope. No, I just watched the first episode, but the story they're trying to sell is that he was very poor and music was like his mom would play music at all these like Aretha Franklin and shit like that at home, and that was his happy moments. And this is episode 1 information. I don't know where it goes. And his whole vision was that one day everything will be digital and everybody can have music for free. So this guy deserves whatever he's gonna get. If somebody
If you're not gonna get anything, what's the problem?
Yeah, no, but that was the
Musicians are
concept.
so crazy. How did nobody assassinate him yet? Because he's in Sweden. That's how. It's too far away.
Yeah, I wouldn't
No
even.
musicians in Sweden are willing to do it.
Yeah.
Well, he puts him on all the playlists because they're foe. So it's basically all the people around him. He hooks them up.
Yeah, they probably are his bodyguards. He's like, Sven, you will have 70 million listeners this month. Protect me. Yeah, but yeah, it's basically like about how he convinced the head of Sony. Is it Sweden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony Sweden. Is it Sweden?
Wait, where Sony is?
No, where
Oh, Spotify?
Where Spotify?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I
You
think.
want me to Google it?
Yeah, I think it's correct. But yeah, he convinced like the head of their local Sony,
Sweden.
Or whatever the music guy there is to do it. Like exactly, it will. Their competition was Pirate Bay, which is also a Swedish company apparently. And Pirate Bay were like basically run by anarchists that wanted like this communist revolution, and these guys just wanted to make a business that's like not spammy, not with like porn on the sides, like the download thing was, to have like intelligent ads. Anyways, they destroyed the world. But point being that this world of music is
Spotify
already
is
destroyed.
so stupid because, well, I guess Spotify is not stupid because unlike Netflix and all those things, they don't pay to create the music.
Right.
So the only money that they spend is on their shit.
Right.
And then I'm sure most of them work in India or Indians already or Chinese kids.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. No, it's fucking crazy. But I'm saying as far as business model goes, they can't even have ads because if you have a
Subscription.
subscription, you don't hear ads. So it's like, how can you even make fucking money?
Well, I think in the beginning, I think before the subscription, they were purely an ad space. I think the subscriptions came later.
Yeah, but then now if you don't have subscription, it's obviously I have, but like if you don't have it, 90% of the ads are for
I have to say,
Spotify.
I was just talking to Nick about it, that Scott Henderson, whenever there was like this controversy with Daniel Ek, like took all the records that he has rights to off of Spotify, which is like People Mover, Vibe Station, and maybe another one.
Yeah.
And there's this one song on Vibe Station that's just like a jazz blues. And I wanted to just learn a few licks from it to do on our channel. And he took it off. And I was like, okay, I'll find it on YouTube. And he took it off. And then I went to the iTunes store, and we literally sat here trying to figure out how to access the iTunes store because we don't even know how to buy music. Yeah. It's like, we didn't know where the search was for it on the app. And it's 99 cents. And I'm not going to buy it.
Why not?
Because I'm just not gonna, and not because I'm cheap, because I can't remember my Apple password, and to reset it is going to be too much work right now, and it only I have the energy to do an action if it's easy, and then my mind just goes to like, all right, fuck it, what other 12-bar blues is there?
I just came in with Beatles are now on Spotify.
Yeah, well, there was a time where you really couldn't find a lot of iconic shit, and that time is past. Like everything. Well, except for like these rebels, and then they have like a New York Times story about like how Rolling Stone magazine, like this guy says "fuck you" to the man, and then 6 months later it's on Spotify too.
Yeah.
Do you remember like when we?
Taylor Swift.
Well, yeah, we read an article about like 20 iconic artists that will never be on Spotify. And by the time we found that article, 19 of them were on Spotify.
Yeah.
Oof.
Because it's like, you can't fucking...
Again, they get different deals too.
Of course, but I'm saying like, even, for a band like us, we can't not be on Spotify. It's fucking crazy.
No, that's what I'm saying. Also, somebody asked, where should we listen if not Spotify? Well, what's the best place for streaming? Spotify.
Yeah.
Because it's the biggest.
Yeah.
And it's just, you want to be as big as you can on the biggest. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What really kills me, this whole the forget about streaming. I'm back to the Facebook thing, like the interactions I have with people. I had this one guy who claimed to be an actual fan of the music. Write lots of paragraphs about like what has become of us and how we're drama queen, horrible people, and he's never coming back. And I just, to all of our fans, like that are true fans of the music, that feel that way, I just really want to clarify one thing. I don't
Go listen to
care.
the music while you're on Facebook. You don't like it, don't.
It's like, just don't
You don't have to say it.
don't talk to me about it.
Wait, you don't
Yeah,
have to say it. Just follow the page on Facebook.
Yeah, just
Go
like if you
listen
like
to
the
the
tune,
music.
like listen. Tribal Tech has some great guitar solos. If tomorrow I find out that Scott Henderson takes razor blades and cuts the throats of Jewish puppies and drinks their blood,
Jewish puppies?
whatever, puppies and Jewish babies, and does all that horrible shit and is like just a horrific monster of a human being, I'd still listen to those solos. They're good solos. And that's not even that kind of situation. This is that guy talking about a capo.
Just
Yeah, they don't
follow
even.
us on Facebook, motherfucker. It has to do with a thing I've been talking about for years. I told you today on the phone. I've been talking about for years about how it flipped. That people used to come watch the artist on stage, and now it's the artist watching the audience, and the audience thinks that everything should be geared towards them personally. It's all about their experience. Like, you need to give me an experience, and the experience is like you giving it to me, not I'm watching something and getting out of it.
Yeah.
It's and then there is the thing with McDonald's now. They do like child meal. How do you call those
Kid, Happy Meals.
Happy Meals, and they have Black Panther toys in them.
Okay.
Okay, and a movie that I didn't see and not going to. And they said in the press release, they said that they really care about representation, and that all of the customers can see themselves in the toys,
Okay.
because I think the toys are black.
Okay.
It's like, it was so tiny and from plastic. I was like, what kind of idiot? It's like, this toy is black. I'm black.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I mean,
But that's how people. That's the guy. But I use capo. Why is he saying he doesn't like capo?
well, it's like they all thought the joke was hilarious until it was a joke about something they do.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude, I'm okay. Talk shit about me. Totally fine. I
It's
mean,
also
I
a
don't,
fucking joke, dude. It's
yeah,
like,
but like, this is exactly what bothers me. Like, talk shit about me, attack me. I'm down to play that game, but to not acknowledge that you're joking when you're clearly joking.
and even if you want,
Yeah.
even if you want, I like capo. He doesn't like capo.
But I feel like there's like this.
How can I listen to him if he doesn't like something I do?
There's like teenagers and boomers really think that the internet's real. You know what I mean? It's like for me, it's just a bunch of people going like like
What
on
do
a
you
cable.
think Facebook is for?
Yeah, that's a good question now. I mean, right now,
It's for the Twinch gang.
how many friends do you have on Facebook?
Oh, like one.
Oh,
Yeah. It's my burner.
nice. When did you quit Facebook?
About like 2 years ago.
Why?
I was just realizing like 90% of the people on my feed and that I was friends with, like I didn't really care.
Yeah.
It was just like oversaturated from when it was really exciting to add people, because I feel like people are like more receptive and you get more friend requests that were tangential, like it meant less.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh, this is like a waste of time. I don't even know all these people.
Well, I know I from the get-go added like a bunch of people, and I have like 5,000 friends, and none of the things I see are from people in my
It was
life.
supposed to be
Ever.
like you see a girl in a party and you're friends with friends and you hook up. It's like, can you imagine somebody being like, hey, I'm friends, we have a friend in common. So I figured I message you, really sexy in this bathing suit picture you posted like 7 profile pictures ago. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like block.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, it's just always been. I don't even go on my own. I just go on the bands. I'm never on my own Facebook. I don't even know what's going on there. I have like thousands of unseen things. You know, it's just I don't spend any time there. Just on the band's Facebook. talking mainly about capos and Clapton, and dude, and it's both these things only happen because Danny randomly made a meme. Like the Clapton thing was just that fucking Splinter meme.
Yeah.
And you just put Clapton and that it could have been anybody. Like if you were to do it like about...
No, I did because I knew people were going to get mad.
I know, but you could have done like...
Because it was anti-vaccine or something.
You could have done somebody else by mistake that's like a guitar player like that. You know, that's clearly not as good as the other one, and like not from the, like you could have said John Mayer or...
Yeah, John Mayer would have been okay too.
Yeah, like people would have lost their
but
shit.
Clapton was like Clapton, the racist tyrant.
Well, Clapton just was. It spread like wildfire. It just broke these fucking boomer brains. I don't know. It does raise a good question of what the fuck Facebook is for anymore. Other than
is
that,
anybody having a good time on Facebook anymore?
I am.
No, but I'm on the Marbin page.
Yeah, I have the greatest time. Some days, I mean, you know, I just know, I understand some principles about social media. Always double down.
Yeah, of course.
Never apologize.
Never apologize, yeah.
And, you know, and it's not real life. It's just pretend. It's all laughs. And the people who don't laugh, I mean, I feel bad for. You know, probably. I can't imagine. This vibe of like, why are you negative? Why can't you say positive things? I was thinking, what can I say that's like in general positive about musicians without lying? Can you think of one positive, like what music is really good for people? Yeah, that's true.
That's the new meme.
Yeah,
we'll start whipping that one up.
That's
positive.
That's gotta be great.
Good. Yeah, positive music memes. They're all just very bland, middle of the road.
I feel like the only people who actually like consume positive memes are like these horribly depressed women that can't get out of bed.
It's also weird,
you know what I mean? And then like they have like these like poetry quotes like on the picture of like a pixie. And they share it, and then you're like, always like, you're so fucking unhinged.
It's so funny
like,
to me, but
what
I think this is negative. I had a plan, if I remember, to bring this hashtag kill yourself to our page.
Yeah, hashtag kill yourself. I remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember
the
why.
Shit we do in private in the van too. It's like, do you think this is negative? We literally, Danny made up a game called...
Oh, Lord.
Danny had a game. It's actually...
I still have a game. What do you mean? We still play it. We play it all the time.
It's the best social media game that there is. It's
everybody
for Instagram.
That was in our band, they thought it was the worst thing in, like, when I first told them about it, and then everybody played it all the time.
No matter how progressive the person was, they all loved the game once they got into it. Ready for it?
I'm ready for the game, yes.
It's called Woman or Baby. And you just play one or the other Instagram video. And you have to guess if you're listening to a child prodigy or an adult woman. And it's so hard.
And every time somebody sneaks a guy in there,
everybody knows.
Immediately.
It's like, no, that's Oscar Peterson.
No, it doesn't have to be Oscar Peterson. It can be like this, that's a dude.
Yeah, it's like that guy's killing it.
Yeah, it's called Woman or Baby.
Yeah. It's a classic game.
No, I have a lot of stuff to say that's way more negative. And it's funny, but the joke, one of my favorite jokes that when we tried to do Twitter for a second, I had a joke about what's the difference between a bassist and a family-sized pizza.
What?
But a family-sized pizza can eat a bassist in one sitting.
Yeah.
I thought about
you had some good tweets.
I thought about this joke after we went to Planet Fitness and John on Pizza Day. And
John,
right. I tweeted it and John got so upset. And the original joke is like, because pizza can feed a family, pizza can feed a family.
Pizza can feed a family of four. That's the original joke.
Yeah, that's the original joke. That's a better one. But yeah. No, the positive tweets are like, how did you get so good? Practice. Oh, so it's just talent. Practice. Some people are so talented. Practice.
Yeah.
It's like puke.
I mean, they're trying to create like this this illusion. I mean, this. I've been around actual bands, right? Like they're trying to give you this idea that like if you go hang out with like Snarky Puppy, like the way they look at a video where it's like 50 dudes like in a room, and then like
But all of us like the super disease that you just come spontaneously.
What? Oh, they look at each other. No, but it's like 50 guys in a room, and they're all like best friends, but like also really encouraging, and you know they're like a real community. But it's not like that. Most of them are not friends at all. They don't hang out. We hung out with Corey Wong's band on my birthday in 2018, 19, something like that.
Yeah.
19.
19.
And you know, we were playing
Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
Oh,
Santa Cruz.
Oh.
Yeah. So you know about the zombie homeless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me something. Oh, you didn't tell that story after.
But yeah, those fuckers, like they look on their videos like they're having the greatest time. They barely talk to each other. They're not hanging out.
Oh.
You know, it's like nobody's hanging out.
It's dangerous.
If you have guys hanging out, you have shit talk. That's what guys hanging out
dangerous.
is. It's toxic masculinity. That's the whole thing. Without it, it's just guys fake laughing.
It's dangerous. Anyway, do you want to tell the story?
What happened to you?
Oh, down in the
now
old
people
stomping
get
grounds.
upset, actually. Go ahead.
What, upset about toxic masculinity?
No, about what you're going to say.
Oh, no, this isn't that bad. It's just horrifying.
What happened?
So I went to school in Santa Cruz, home of the banana slugs, the official mascot. In fact, there's if you want to like look up on Google the regular Sammy the Slug versus the UCSC athletics slug, looks like a roided out Jabba the Hutt. It's very funny. But I used to live, because housing's very expensive there, I used to live in an on-campus trailer park.
Oh, nice.
That was founded because there's a bunch of dirty hippies, a bunch of layabouts living in the north parking lot, and they outnumbered the police of Santa Cruz. And so their solution, instead of, I guess...
Law?
Yeah. I don't know, not enough handcuffs, it smelled too bad. That was to give them a plot of land to like have a bunch of trailers on. And that has existed since the 80s. I don't know if it's shut down now, but it's university run. And so I lived there for a couple years, and it's beautiful, $500 like rent or something in the middle of like the redwood forest. Not bad living, but there's kind of the way the trailer park worked before the university took over was a dirty hippie would buy a black mold infested trailer from another one and then sell it to their friend down the line. And this is how you got into the trailer park. It's very exclusive. People would rub shoulders at like stink infested potlucks in order to like get into the place.
Wow.
And so there's a strong like older community when I got there, as far as like people that had lived there for a while. And they would always try to like include me on their hijinks. And at the time, like I was just like trying to go back and forth and practice, and they didn't care for that. They thought I should be out like, taking dabs and, running around naked. But they approached me as I was coming back to my trailer one night, and there's a whole mob of them, and they're holding something in the middle. And they go, "Oh, hey Nick, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go make some food and practice or something." And I'm like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Well, we found this dead cat on the side of the road." And I'm like, how about that? They're like, and this was not intentionally, but it was a white exclusive community at the time.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't an official policy, but that's with the contents of the trailer park. So this group of dirty white people go, "Yeah, we found this dead cat by the side of the highway there. And we're going to gut it, cook it up. We're going to take the skin. We're going to use the bones for necklaces to honor our ancestors of this land. You want to join?" And they were very disappointed when I did not.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, they were really respectful people to the native or indigenous people or whatever. But yeah, we had one communal kitchen, communal bathrooms, and I go later to cook something in the sink, and when did you have it? Fur and guts. They didn't clean for shit. It was awful. Yeah.
That is so good.
I know.
I really thought hard about that one. It was like 10, 15 of them, too. They were all like, this is a good idea.
One cut can go a long way if you really know how to stretch it.
Dude.
You gotta stretch a pussy.
Yeah, there's a wild...
That is such a fucking wild way to leave this world.
How long is this?
All right, we should get going. All right, guys, you know where to find the music and stuff. We have lots of new content. Lots of new content coming out all the time. So make sure you're signed up to youtube.com/Marbin Music. That's the most important. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Woo!